Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Christopher Reeves and I am a member of the Planetary Society. Here at the Planetary Society, we are deeply interested in space exploration and planetary science. Today, unfortunately, those things are being threatened by a few problems that I will get to in a moment. But first, I'd like to educate you on who and what we are. We are a not-for-profit set up for the expenditure of funding for things like NASA, space exploration, and planetary science. We want to educate the masses about space, open up their world to new possibilities about what the world itself holds. Our goal is to simply change the world, but that goal is being threatened by one major problem. Now, to clearly define the problem that we have to look at something fundamental. In an effort to do so, Bill Nye, the CEO of the Planetary Society, in an open letter to President Barack Obama, said the following: "Everywhere in the world, people respect and admire what NASA does. Right now, what NASA does is explore the solar system through the Planetary Science Program." Now, what he's saying is that if we lose this foothold that we have in the world, we will no longer be regarded as the best and brightest in this field. Now, to me, that's extremely disturbing. I don't want my kids growing up and not knowing the wonders of space and everything that space holds. We at the Planetary Society are dedicated to making sure that this does not happen. We want a future in the United States to be bright as the brightest star in the solar system. Now, the problem is, the budget for NASA every year is right around $17 billion. Sounds like a lot of money, but it's really not. There are so many more things that get more money, or at least get more attention, and the budget for it isn't as ignored as the budget for NASA is. Now, one of the real problems is that this $17 billion budget is being proposed to not only be cut, but cut by such a significant margin that we can't do the things that we need to do to keep this foothold, to make sure that the United States is the leader in space exploration. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, this is deeply disturbing. It's extraordinary that people want to cut the budget of NASA and the funding that goes to so many amazing things like the Hubble telescope, space exploration, and even going to Mars one day. But before you get too worried, allow me to extend an olive branch of sorts. I have a very simple solution for this extremely complex problem. Now, what do you do when funding for something that you care deeply about is going to be cut? Well, it might be obvious, but donations are what's going to make this better. Now, every dollar that goes to the Planetary Society gets put back in to planetary science. What that does is it allows corporations like NASA and JPL, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, to expand their efforts in going to space, innovations that go towards space travel, and the things that we can do once we are all out there. Many of us, myself included, have often asked the question, are we alone in the universe? Now, the crazy thing is we could actually have an answer to that profound question in the near future. If we but find more funding for NASA, if we have a few more donations to the Planetary Society, we could actually have an answer to this. NASA could send an expedition to Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, and cut a hole beneath its icy surface and take a sample from the water to see if there are any microbes, bacteria, Europanians. It's absolutely incredible to me. It's inspiring. Now, in the 70s, many people were inspired by the shuttle missions. They became scientists. They changed the world. They did so many amazing things because of this exploration of space. Now, if funding is cut, we may never have that next generation of scientists that changed the world. The Huffington Post actually had an article titled, "Space Exploration is Imperative to Innovation and Inspiration." I wholeheartedly believe that, and we at the Planetary Society want to make sure that that inspiration is not lost and we have that next wave of scientists that change the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to go to planetary.org today and become a member of the Planetary Society. For just $25, you can become a part of something that is profoundly changing the world every day in ways you did not think possible. You can gain vicarious access to the universe in ways that people could only dream of otherwise. For just $25, you get this membership card that is valid for 1 year that allows you access to all the local events that come your way in your community. You get this 1-year subscription to the Planetary Report. It's an educational magazine that has beautiful pictures of space, other planets, the moon. And also, you get something much more insane to me. You can become a part of something that sends something to Mars, to another galaxy. I find this incredibly inspiring, and I hope you do as well. Thank you all for your time, and together, let's change the world.